Do you agree that you undermine GPL version 3, and how can we get you to stop?
What?
How can we get you to stop?
Oh, I hate GPL version 3. I undermined it on purpose. I actually thought the GPL version 3 extensions were horrible. I understand why people would want to do them, but I think it should have been a completely new license. My argument for liking version 2, and I still think version 2 is a great license, was that I give you source code, you give me your changes back, we're even, right? That's my take on GPL version 2, right? It's that simple. And version 3 extended that in ways that I personally am really uncomfortable with. Namely, I give you source code. That means that if you use that source code, you can't use it on your device unless you follow my rules. And to me, that's a violation of everything version 2 stood for. And I understand why the FSF did it, because I know what the FSF wants. But to me, it's not the same license at all. So I was very upset and made it very clear, and this was months before version 3 was actually published. There was discussion about this long before. There was an earlier version of version 3 years before, actually, where I said, no, this is not going to fly. And during that earlier discussion, I had already added to the kernel that, hey, I don't have the version 2 or later. And there was no, and I was really happy then when version 3 came out that I had done that something like 5 years before, because there was never any question about what the license for the kernel was. But I actually thought that version 3 is, I actually think version 3 is a fine license, right? I'm a firm believer in if you write your code, it is your choice to pick a license. And version 3 is a fine license. Version 3 was not a good, here, we give you version 2, and then we try to sneak in these new rules and try to force everybody to upgrade. That was the part I disliked. And the FSF did some really sneaky stuff. Downright immoral, in my opinion.